This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man, Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Whew. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. How y'all doing? Happy Juneteenth. As I said in the post, know your history. There was a lot of questions today that was asked. Why are we celebrating Juneteenth? Gina, why are we celebrating Juneteenth?
Because we free.
Because we black. Is that what you said?
I said free.
Oh, but wasn't we free?
You put a black on there.
Wasn't we free in the Emancipation Proclamation? I'm just asking.
Well, this is the day that our ancestors found out they were free.
Also, I was getting ready to say something. I'm going to let that go. All right. We found out we were free. You know, last year we had Ken Allen on here explaining everything, talking. Mm-hmm. We ain't got nobody today.
That's okay.
But today, I mean, celebrate Juneteenth. I mean, it's not as out there right now because everybody's not aware and everybody's not understanding. But once everybody gets the understanding, all right, we as Black people need to understand our heritage and what we've gone through. And
absolutely.
Also, you know, we so up for the July the 4th. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's cool. That's to pop your fireworks and get the sparkles and run around. And, you know, pop your fingers off. All of that stuff is all cool. But
not your fingers off.
Well, that's what they do. I remember this guy, man. He was like this. Next day I saw him, he was like this.
Hopefully people will be safe.
I'm just saying, you know, but we pop on Juneteenth.
Hey, Marcy.
Hey. My question to that is, are we truly free yet? Because we're still going through. It's just worded different. But we're still going through a lot of what we've gone through. We've come a long way. So I'm not gonna, dismiss that.
Mm-hmm. No, to answer your question, we're not truly free. Okay. We still have a long way to go.
Yeah, and it's a shame that we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Is anybody truly free though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all say that, and I'm not knocking you. Believe me, I'm not knocking you, but you know, I don't know.
We still have to go through a lot of hoops just period. And, they try to say it's not because of the color of our skin, things of that nature, but we're still having to go through a lot of hoops and loops and just living while Black. And it's unnecessary. And I don't care how you sugarcoat it, how you you don't want to hear about it. It's making you uncomfortable. It's making your children uncomfortable. That's some BS, bottom line.
But we need to be clear, on when we celebrate, how we celebrate, and the meanings, understand the meanings behind these celebrations. We need to be
that. Yeah.
Yep.
True.
And that's I'm glad you brought that point up, bro, because a lot of times people feel like, hey, this is just another paid day off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the kids really don't understand. Okay,
right, and that's what I was going to say too. And they don't teach their children what the meaning is.
So look, hey,
exactly.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Celebrate. Know your history is what I put on the post. Know your history, and once you understand your history, you make the concerted or the what I'm trying to say. You make the decision on how you celebrate, and just as long as you understand is what I'm saying. Okay, understand what you're celebrating. Please understand, all right, and then celebrate it with tact, with wisdom, and with peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do this, man. We got the Relationship Roundtable. All right, it's like three quarters of a table right now, but
that's all right.
Oh, it's all good. I'm all good. Okay, we got the life coach Jeff coming up later with a life coach moment, and hey, celebrate.
Celebrate.
Let's start this. Let's kick this. This stuff off.
Oh,
I want to curse so bad.
Why?
Because I'm not feeling well.
Okay, it's two of us, but it's okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
It's cool though. So we brothers, we sisters, and everything. Okay. When we get into Gina, you're happily married now, all right? Do you think arguing is going to be a part of your marriage?
You know what? I always feel like if a couple doesn't argue, it's fake, because you're not going to agree all of the time. You're not going to be on the same accord all of the time. And if you are, to me, it's fake.
Right, because you're not the same person. You have your own opinions, your own thoughts, and not necessarily. And I don't like to use the word argue. I like to. You have disagreements, and being able to communicate and talk it out.
So what if you never argue though? I mean, is it necessary to argue? You're saying it's necessary.
Well, again, like Marcy said, maybe not arguing, but there's going to be disagreements.
So
even with that, come on, you're not going to go through life with no one making you angry.
Okay,
no one, even your significant other, not making you angry at some point.
Doesn't have to lead to a debate, though. Does it have to lead to a debate?
No, it doesn't
not
have to lead to a debate.
What was the question?
What up, Mo? She just said it. What's going on, man?
Man, getting here late, coming down here, you gotta be running over people, crashing and carrying on, sliding in front of the house. Skirt.
No, the question was:
you muted, Gina?
I said, Mo, did you jump out the car while it was still rolling?
If you do that with that thing, you jump out. As soon as you open the door, it goes in the park automatically, so you kill yourself. You run into the door.
So the question was, Maurice, is argument I guess a beneficial part of marriage or a relationship?
I'm gonna go with Marcy on that one. You'll disagree, and I think the biggest thing about arguing or having a disagreement, is you learn the communication limits. A lot of us have a tendency, I'm saying guys, have a tendency to push the pedal to the metal on that thing, and we the king. So we have to learn, limits of communication between your spouse and yourself, so especially on a new relationship.
But you guys are using the word
disagreement.
It's what is it? You saying disagreement, okay? But come on, we
well, I mean, you okay. Let's go hot button. Let's go nuclear.
Let's say hello. Hello to Candace. Candace Foshi first. What up, Candace?
Hi, Candace.
Hey, Candace.
I need to talk to her. Anyway, going nuclear in a conversation where it turns into an argument, and that could be 9 times out of 10 when you're having an argument and it's real getting heated. If you don't know your limits, it could turn into something really stupid.
So disagreement the same as an argument, right?
Yeah, disagreement. Yeah, then you got to know your limits. You got to know when to pump the brakes. Both of y'all need to know when to pump the brakes.
Right. Because for me, when it starts talking about argument, to me, that's when there's a lot of anger in, for my definition, that when there's a lot of anger involved, and then sometimes you're saying things that you don't really mean because you're mad at that point. And sometimes you're saying something because you just want to hurt that person.
Yeah.
And if that, to
It
me,
escalates.
I'm not one that likes to argue. Yeah. And when it starts escalating where there's cursing and you're talking loud, as far as I'm concerned,
Now that's
neither
an
one of you are
argument.
hearing. Yeah. And you're not hearing
That's an
each other.
argument.
Right.
What you
You're
said,
not
Gina. Say
hearing
it again,
each
Gina.
other.
Sing it to chest.
but
That's an
are you
and,
really
and,
hearing what the other one is saying? No,
and this
you're
is
not.
it's two different things. So an argument and a disagreement are two different things.
Correct.
They are.
You know, when you get in there and you're saying things that hurt the person, and you know, it's just one person attacking the other, that's an argument.
But
That's
Gina,
not a
hasn't that
disagreement.
ain't you supposed to have pumped the brakes way before it gets to that?
Yep.
Yep.
And
Okay.
that's
All right.
the
I'm just.
thing. A lot of times people don't know when to draw that line. Sometimes you have to step back and say, okay, I'm wrong. I admit I'm wrong. And you're not even wrong.
Hey,
You know, if you can't do that, then you got to work on yourself.
it depends on
You gotta work on
who's the
yourself.
peacemaker, because there's always a peacemaker in a relationship.
And there's not always you're wrong or
It's
the other
okay,
person
bro. Stop
or the other
You over
person.
there
It's
Go
not
ahead,
necessarily
Greg.
that one of you
Greg,
are
you talking about some hell
wrong.
no, I'm right
It's
on
just
time.
that you have you have two different perspectives of what's happening. And sometimes when you pump the brakes, chill out for a second and really sit back and figure out, okay, why are we arguing? Why are we going at each other in this manner? And then you really start talking and listening to each other. You realize a lot of times you're actually saying the same thing in just a different way. And you're sitting there looking retarded.
Say it my ways and that way it's good. B.G. Howard says effective communication prevents the need to argue. It's expected everyone will disagree. Natural people will do that. The key is knowing how to navigate.
Okay.
That's
I
good.
like that word too.
That's good, BG.
Appreciate you, BG. Hey man, look, besides cheating, what do you think? What would break up a relationship? What's a red flag?
I have known kids to break up relationships. Kids and mothers and
Family.
Objects, cars, houses.
Disrespect.
Disrespect. It's a whole bunch of things to break up a relationship.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff out there.
It's a lot of stuff. Some
of those things though, are those some things that you see during the courtship before you get into a relationship?
A lot of people see it before then and don't yield. And they know it's gonna be some stupid stuff,
Yeah.
And they're gonna and they let
You
it
don't
go right
always
on.
see it though. Not everybody see it. I know a young lady that's been married for 8 years and she's going through a divorce now. She found out her husband he's a working alcoholic. She didn't know he drank like that. A functioning alcoholic. She didn't know that.
So how long were they together before they got married?
3 years.
And she never saw that he was a functional.
Nope.
So it was hidden. Okay, because I know someone that in my family that was a functional alcoholic, and to hear some stories of some of the family members of what they've experienced with this person, I never saw any of that. And and for years I never saw any of that. But to hear the other stories of the other, other members of the family start talking, I'm like, well, who are you talking about? So that sometimes can be hidden because they can go to their job every day. They can be in certain atmospheres, and then it's like, but when I'm not around these people, then I'm a whole different person. So I can see that. And a lot of times, sometimes you see a little bit of something like that, but you kind of ignore it.
Christmas party.
Hey, real quick, BG, in relation to the other question, the biggest issue stems from a lack of communication.
Thank you, sir.
During 12 years of being together, Sandra and his wife and I have had 5 disagreements, but no arguments.
Wow. That's good.
I love it. What's up?
Stuff.
Hey, so you guys haven't really sufficiently answered the question about besides cheating. Okay, say what about if the person sleeps with the television on? Okay, is that a turn off? Would that destroy the relationship because they have to sleep with the television or the light on? Or maybe they like to sleep with their socks on. And y'all know I did a reel. Okay, both of y'all need to get your socks on. Okay, because that's gonna make that lady scream. But anyway, I mean things like that. Bad breath.
Look at our faces. Like, what?
Right. If you
What the
something
hell are
wrong
you
if
talking
you
about?
That is
leaving
so
because
petty.
of something like
That's
that.
little bitty tiny stuff. I mean,
I'm just asking the question. Besides,
I mean,
I don't think
besides
that.
cheating, I don't think those things that you mentioned
And
that
if
would
they
not.
do, there's an underlying issue, and they just
Yeah.
use that for their
Yep.
out.
Yep.
what if a
That's
person
very
is what if a person's trying to start a business and they devote a lot of time to that? Okay, they trying to enhance the family, but they need that time to do that. All right,
Y'all,
do you
you need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have a conversation because that's not just for you. And that's not being. You're trying to get the family off, make sure that they going to the next level. You need to have that conversation. Y'all need to communicate.
Yeah.
Hey,
And if there's a lot of failures doing while you're trying to do that, at certain intervals, you still need to have another conversation, because I've known again of someone who was trying to get a business off, but it was like, okay, now we need to put more of the family money into this business, but there's several failures because you have not had that conversation.
well, there's
Hey,
two right there.
we're a
There's two.
couple. We're a couple. We're a unit. So that's something we need to discuss when there's more money going into this business starting, before just grabbing money from the
Ain't about the money.
family.
We ain't talking about the money though. I specifically said trying to start a business. All right, so she knows already. You got to spend money to do that. All right. BG Howard says many people list the reason for divorce as we just grew apart. I venture to say that people who are united as one don't grow apart.
Irreconcilable.
What's going on, Sarita Spence? I get what you're saying, Marcella, but let's stay with the specifics, okay? The money part, when you're trying to start a business, she already knows. He already knows. You're trying to start a business, going to take money, all right? But the time spent away is probably what distracts, all right?
Yeah. Again, having a conversation about this minute you're in the open, you need to have that conversation. I mean, say, baby, look, this gonna take some time, and I'm not gonna get it if you're not gonna get it. You know what I mean? And then we've had these conversations, me and Marianne have, where you spend long periods of time away from each other, and God knows I have. And in order to keep this family cracking and keep doing do things we want to do, hey, sometimes I'm gonna be overnight some places. I got to take care of business.
And it goes back to communication, because let's say if I was Marianne and I'm starting to feel a certain type of way, then that's when I need to come to you and say, hey, I'm feeling this type of way because of this. I understand you got to stay away for a while, but now it's kind of bothering me. So is there something that maybe we can do for the feelings that I'm having because of that?
Well, this is what we used to do, because when, of course, this career that I'm in now, it's a lot of away time, and it's something she's gotten used to now. But at the beginning, when I first went by myself, we didn't have a conversation. We actually had our first disagreement argument, and it was about me. It was about me, going and not keeping in good communication. And them cellular phones then was horrible. They were gigantic, and they was horrible. You go down a hill and lose your signal, And I had a pager, which was a Scott. That pager, I had all kind of stuff, to keep communication. And I missed the communication hit one time, and when I finally got somewhere and called her, she was upset. And we were on the phone for an hour before I went to bed. And then we was going back and forth. I said, hey, look, and I told her, if you don't want me to do this, then I can do something else. I mean, because this is what it is, This is what it is.
You guys aren't saying that there's anything else besides cheating, basically, right? BG says, ironically, while I worked to start a business, the person with whom I was involved didn't allow me that time. Needless to say, I had a successful business, the relationship didn't fare so well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happens sometimes, you know. You got people that do stifle love. You know, they don't want to share you with nobody. And they'll soon blow up a building than let you succeed. And if you do succeed at it, they're jealous or envy. You know, so
But bro, we said more than cheating.
y'all said y'all stuck with the you know, y'all stuck with some things, but it's cool. I mean, y'all got your answers, right?
Yeah.
What is your answer, Greg?
He's scratching the back of his head.
On both of them, he still haven't answered it.
Look, a lot of women say that good men don't exist. A lot of men say that good women don't exist.
What the hell?
What do y'all think?
What?
They going to the wrong places, or they not giving.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, okay, yeah.
We're on to another question, Mo. Okay. You kind of threw Mo because you didn't answer. You just moved on to another question.
So Greg, what is your answer to the question we just had?
We're not gonna move on.
Other than cheating, what else?
It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things that could destroy your
socks.
You know,
toes.
Maybe
she got claw.
Maybe the person doesn't let you finish your sentence. Okay, to me that's disrespectful. All right. Maybe the person has bad breath. Okay, does bad breath say, well, hey, I'm done? Okay, maybe I'm being totally serious. You know, for a man or lady, okay, men are supposed to look. If you with me, and you can't touch my car doors, okay? I'm chivalrous that way, all right? You can, if you're a woman, and anybody out there that I've dated, you can confirm this, okay? You cannot touch my car door, but some women expect that, all right? And if she doesn't get it, you know.
But you know what, bro? I think that's a little bit different than the question, because that's through the initial dating stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When those things are happening in the beginning, like somebody with bad breath, I'm not going out with you.
But some people stick with it. I'm just saying.
No.
Or mole in the middle of your forehead.
But
you know what? Those are things that you can talk to the person about, like if she's touching the door and things, because I had a conversation, actually we talked about it at church, about how a lot of women have been out here by themselves, and they've been, unfortunately, like the head of households and things like this. So then when they get out here and they start dating, because they're used to doing everything for themselves, they got to try to get back into the femininity mode, because they've kind of been out of that mode for so long. So as far as, you know, like opening the door, you know, they're used to, you know, and they got to learn to back up a little bit. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I got a real manly gentleman here. So you got to back up. Bad breath could be just anything. They just ate something. You pull up.
All right, we're gonna stick on
that.
We're gonna stick on that. Y'all asked the question. I just said some other stuff.
Wait. I had something else. I had one more. I had some things. What if they went over your house and they went to the bathroom and lit that bad boy up?
You know,
that's the dating stage.
That is the dating stage.
Would that be a
light a match?
Turn off to me. That happened to me. Someone did that. They went to the restroom, and you know how sometimes that smell follow you. And I was like, oh, whoa.
They're not coming to my house.
that was
that expensive ass bathroom you got. You ain't gonna let that happen. Okay? Hey, B.G. Howard says there's no such thing as bad steak, except for someone who doesn't eat meat.
Whoa.
Go on, B.G.
Let me ask you this. So, before you got into a relationship, you know, you had to kind of step on some flowers and cut some grass of your own. I'm using all of the farming terms, okay? But you had to deflower a few. You had to go through some people. I'll just put it like that. All right. So you've had some partners. You've had quite a few partners. Some of us more than others. Okay. Does that play a part when you guys are doing your discovery of each other? You like the person, you met the person, and now we're talking about things that happened to us in the past. We're bearing our souls out. Okay. Well, look, I need to tell you. She asks the question. when was the last time you had sex? Number one. Then she says, well, how many people have you been with? Okay, do you tell them?
I'm gonna tell because my number don't go into double digits.
Mine either. Mine either.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell. I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
Greg, you got that goofy look up there. What's up?
I do. Hey, and you know what? This is my thing. I even if I did have double digits, I'm gonna tell because anything I do, I'm not gonna regret it. So if you don't want to know the answer, don't ask the question.
Boom.
So yeah, I mean, ask me. I'm gonna tell you.
Let me go back to BG for a second. Funny thing, I dated someone who did appreciate the fact that I spoke to her about the breath thing. The end result, she finally had a dentist clean the tartar buildup on her teeth, which helped. You know, an extra large Tic Tac too. But I being in this field, you know, and you don't, you know, you now I never had a problem getting women. Okay, let's put Maurice, you know, all right, we was out there, we was in high school, we was killing it.
I have nothing to say.
But once I started getting into entertainment, it came easy. They Maurice, you know, they just come. They come to you. Yeah. And you know, if you're coming from a space where A, you know, you get few, B, the cornucopia of, I mean, it's like a whole oasis out there, okay?
A whole oasis.
I'm just saying.
Oh, should I ever heard that in a long time?
So do I tell? I'm like, hey, look, yes, I've been with a lot of people. All right. Then the first thing that they do is say, hey, Natalie says, I agree with Gina. If you don't want to know, don't ask. But
hey, Natalie.
Come up. BG says, LOL, I like the idea of the XL Tic Tac.
Well, my whole thing is this. Why does that matter?
Why does it matter? Thank you.
Why does it matter? If you're in a relationship with that person, it shouldn't matter. If they could have been prostitute. You don't know, or vice versa. He could have been a gigolo.
No, he's right.
You know. So
but when you take
if you clicking on all cylinders and doing your thing, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter. You take a bath, it's washed off anyway. But
but you know what? Tell me, be honest, men.
But it's not.
Right. When it comes to men,
I don't sleep with men.
When it comes to men, normally if they hear that a woman has been with more than like 3 guys,
I smell a whore.
A lot of times it's like that's a whole turn off. Even though you guys have been with a million
3
women.
guys. Get out of here.
Huh. You know how they act crazy.
I don't think 3 is the number.
Well, I'm just saying 3. I'm just saying, you know, if they find out that a woman has slept around, it's like it's a whole different double standard.
But I think it depends on the guy, though. I don't know. It does
depend on the guy because again, why again, the question was asked earlier. Why would you want to know, and why does it even matter?
Why does it matter? So why? Yeah, because
so why ask?
People change. Maybe that person was out there like that, and now they've
found God.
Found God, got their feet on the ground. They got a different life. They got a better life, and they may have become abstinent at some point in their life. So why does it matter? Like, I'm not digging into anybody's background because I'm looking at how they are now, how they are with me.
You're gonna find something if you're looking for it. That's a damn sure.
How they are with me, and if they are good with me, I don't care about what they did back then.
Hey, Bella.
All right.
He got that look again.
He always got that look.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll ask this question as well. Is it hard to be faithful?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Come on, y'all. Come on now, y'all.
It's not hard
for me. No.
This is the question. If it's hard to be faithful, then you're not in that relationship. You're not ready for a relationship if it's hard to be faithful. because it's easy for me to be faithful. You know what I mean?
It's easy for me too.
And it's
I mean,
easy for me as well. It's very
I
easy for
don't,
me.
because look, if I'm going to be in a committed
Why, Gina, why you
relationship,
glowing?
if I'm in a committed relationship, I'm with that person. You're gonna always see beautiful women.
Yeah.
You're gonna always see attractive men. You can't. You're not gonna put on no blinders like
No.
Right.
other people don't exist. But that person, they hit you differently.
Yeah.
Now,
BG
Greg,
says, I agree with Gina as well. If you don't want to know, don't ask. It's strange that a woman who is experienced is viewed as a whore, but many men don't want a woman who is without experience. Man,
right. And that's what I was trying to say right there.
Without experience.
So, Greg,
I'm not answering.
you have that look. Answer the question.
What? What's the question?
Is it hard to be faithful? You
Yes.
asked it,
Look, Greg don't want the Don. He won't commit to me. Look, Bella.
Okay, y'all. Okay, Bella. Wait.
Get him, Bella. So it sounds like it's hard for you to be faithful, bro.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Stop it.
No, you see, he straightened his back up when he said that.
Yeah, you see that.
This is good, Bella. I'm glad you said that because see, look, Bella is a driven woman. She got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of businesses. She travels a lot. She does all of that. Okay, I do the same. Okay, so I mean, where do we meet up? Where do we meet up?
But even with that, you still could be faithful.
Yeah,
you still can be faithful.
And not doing that, Greg. Y'all do something with him over there. Wait a minute, over there. Let me get my finger.
Hey, look, BG said, oddly enough, the issue of faithfulness is more about maturity than
exactly. Come on. BG.
The Bible says faithfulness is in the heart, which compelled us to love each other.
Listen to this. If you're still doing the same old crazy stuff you did back in high school, 40 years later,
exactly,
you have not matured.
No, you haven't.
You have not matured.
How can you say that? Okay, I don't agree with that. Okay,
so you're telling me that people that are doing the same things they did 20 years ago are mature?
Trying to be slick, trying to be with everybody.
Are you telling me that you don't do some of the same things that you've done 20 years ago? It's not everyone
in a relationship.
I don't.
Hey, come on now.
I don't. In a relationship, no.
Wow. Right.
I learned from all of the relationships I've been in.
Bella says, I don't tolerate disrespect. No, absolutely. You're queen. Absolutely.
That's right,
Bella.
Bella.
From Mr. Greg, video chat. Look, just so you guys know, I have to do this, okay, so that we can create the conversation, all right? It's called being the devil's advocate. I agree with them. I do. But there are certain times where I'm going to ask a question that's completely opposite from what they're talking about because it has to be discussed. There's people out there that are listening to the show that have that view, but then they don't have an opportunity to say anything. So I'm going to say it. You're asking me the question. Look, I'm a gentleman. I'm always a gentleman. Bella, you tell them I am a gentleman. Okay, I will. And Bella, also, please attest to the fact that you don't touch my door. Nobody touches my door handle if you're a woman. Okay, I open the door, I close the door. She does not touch my my door handle. But in answer to the and I'm asking you this, Gina, because there are certain things that we still do.
In a relationship?
In a relationship as well, okay, because you're not expected, yes, you want to change a little bit, okay, but you can't be you can't change who you are. Listen to me. You can't change who you are for this person, all right? You got to still be yourself, all right? And this person has to accept or not accept. I mean, you guys got to work that out.
But it's not a matter of changing yourself. It's a matter of, just like BG said, maturing. My relationship when back in high school cannot be the same as my relationship now.
I agree with that. But I'm saying, okay, say again, like I was saying, I like to sleep with the TV on. I've been doing that for forever. Okay. That's I'm just saying, I like to do that. I do. All right. I sleep naked.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to know all that.
Well, I'm just.
But I'm saying,
I'm giving stuff out. Come on.
But what does that have to do with the relationship that you're in?
I'm not in a relationship. Belladonna says you have to grow up. If you're not ready, leave that person alone. Absolutely. We've had this conversation. Bella and I have had this conversation before. It's just a matter of changing. There's a certain amount of changing that you do have to do in order to support
Right.
the person.
You have to.
You know,
I mean, think about guys or women that, you know, they had a lot of girlfriends back then, a lot of partners back then in their 20s, in their 30s, maybe even their 40s. You'll see them change as they get older in their 50s and 60s. They want to settle down with one person.
Or they get that one person, and then suddenly they change. Hey, man,
They
you don't go out no more.
It's
You
not-
don't go out
yeah,
no more. You
yeah.
ain't hanging with us. We ain't playing no game.
Isn't that the template for getting for a relationship? You really want that one person, okay? But when you get into that relationship, you find some things that you don't like. You just really are not going to tolerate, or you don't want to be around, and you move. You know what I'm saying? You just say you move on.
Well, again, like I said earlier,
Robert said, "My baby Gina ain't touched the door since I met her. Again, life bacon."
Come on now, come on.
Mine haven't either.
Bella says, "Not all of them. They're still silly." I hear you, Bella.
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
silly.
like I said earlier, I mean,
love you. Go ahead, dude.
That's why you stay in trouble.
But you still got to go back to the other question you asked. We back up because
What?
Mo wanted to talk about that previous question, but you asked another question after that we didn't even get into.
Because I ain't want to.
You didn't want to?
I ain't want to. But go ahead. What was the other question?
I don't remember. I know you asked it, and then Mo said,
What
"I
was
got
the
some
other question, Mo?
No, I was just saying, you go right back there. You're talking about the immaturity and stuff, and we go back to if you ain't ready for a relationship, just like Bella said, don't take your sorry ass over there and start, man.
But you know what? I think a lot of times people like the idea of a relationship, but when they get into it, they don't like the relationship.
Because relationships are work, and people think it's just all fun and games and everything is just going to always, mesh, and it's not always just that, because you're two different people, different personalities, different perspectives, different upbringings, and you have to take all of that into account. And then with all of us, we're a little bit older, so it's like we kind of maybe set in our ways. We know we're more experienced in a lot of things. And it's you just have to, I don't know,
But that's why the relationships are different now, because we are setting our ways. So we're looking for someone who can connect and accept the ways that we are set in.
And
if
then
you
we have
can't do that, we don't want to be bothered. Like, go
and we have
on
to
about your business.
we also have to be careful, because we've all been in relationships where two of you are married now, Mo and Gina. You guys are married now, but we also, for those of us that are out here dating, we have to be careful that maybe you were in a previous relationship, married, or whatever, and say it was like the perfect marriage. We can't be looking for that same person in someone else. And we have to be very careful with that as well.
Let me get some of these comments in. BG says, I was raised in the South. When Sandra and I first met, she wouldn't wait for me to open the door. I just walk around and open it anyway after she got out of the car. Exactly. I agree with you totally, man. Byron says synergy is everything. If you know you're a prude or a freak, then you seek those who share your desires. If you're responsible with finances, then you seek one who is also financially responsible. Bella says because they have to mature and take on responsibilities. She agrees with you, Marcella. She says if we're not vibing, we're not riding. I'm too old to be someone's girlfriend.
Come on.
I feel, and this is the way I feel. I'll answer a question, okay, or two, but this is my overall feeling, right? You got to give off. You get what you give off, all right? If you have a person who is always, and I was watching this movie. It's a great movie too. It's called Omission. This man was doing, he had he was driving Uber, and he was a writer. Okay, his wife was doing something else, but she would always down him. Okay, but she loved him because of the sex. All right, which is the last question we're going to ask tonight about sex. But gotta get it in. But we have to, you know, regardless of someone starting a business, if they're not starting, but they're at home, whatever, all right, let's respect each other. We have to put that respect factor in there as well, all right? And again, to everybody's comment, if you're not ready, don't bring I did that before. I'm guilty. Don't bring someone in to your relationship or into a relationship and you're not really ready. You think you're ready. Like when I was in my 20s, I thought I was ready to get married. Okay, I brought a beautiful woman into a marriage situation, and it didn't work out because I was not ready. I thought I was. I wasn't ready. Be secure with yourself is what I'm saying. Jeff says, I change a little for you. You change a little for me. Change is inevitable. Thank you, Bella. You know I love you, girl.
Evolution.
Hey, Jeff.
Bella says, I tell men all the time, you can't do shit with me. Find another to play with.
I
Bella,
know that's right.
Bella,
We ain't got time for that, Bella.
Bella, I ain't trying to hear what you're telling all other men, though. You know what I mean? What you tell me? That's all I need to tell me, Queen. All right, look. Before we go to the Jeff moment, let's ask this question. Let's just ask this question. I really want to know, and it's probably going to carry on after the Life Coach Jeff moment. Is it possible for a relationship? You get mad at each other, right? And what does the woman do? Well, I ain't giving you none. Is it possible for a relationship?
Close the cookie jar.
Is it possible for it to survive like that? I say without physical intimacy. Now, y'all problem with public display. All right. I'm not, when I say public display, I hold your hand. You know what I mean? Give you a hug. I might kiss you and this and that. You know, I ain't trying to screw you on the dance floor or nothing like that. But, you know, the public display is cool. But is it possible for a relationship to survive without physical intimacy? Go ahead, Bo.
It is, but not that way. I mean, let me finish. Okay.
Oh my God.
We've been married. We've been together for 30 years. Okay. It's going to get to the point that where it's going to be impossible because of the physical part of it. Yeah. You know, you've been together for 6
I'm
or
not
7
following
years.
you right now, Mo.
I'm not following you either.
It's going to get to the part where, you know, hey, maybe he can't.
Mo, I'm going to be 90. Mo, I'm going to be 90 years old. If I got to get 2 popsicles and some tape. Trust me. Hey, it's going to happen.
By the time we get, you know, to where we're going to get, they're going to have some kind of artificial something anyway to keep it going.
Well, they have Viagra and Cialis.
Yeah.
Cialis,
Right.
is that the name of that stuff? But you know what? I'm going to say yes. And for this, because I do know couples because of illness.
He got a chick on the side, girl.
Sometimes because of an illness. So
he got a chick on the side. Or
maybe not. Because you do have some people that they believe in the vows that they took.
That's true. But go ask them if they ain't getting none.
You know what? I don't know. I ain't never had to deal with that. When I was married,
I personally think it's wrong to lock the gate on a brother. I really do.
You know, if it's just because I'm mad at you and things like that, I think if it's a healthy relationship, I don't think.
Robert, y'all married. Y'all love each other.
That's all right, bro. That's all right. Kang, and you know it. Greg, if you're married and let's say you've been married for 40 years or so, you truly love your wife, and let's say she ended up with cancer or something, and she was too sick to do anything. Are you saying you would go step out because of that?
I didn't say I was going to step out.
No, I'm just asking. You know,
would you hang
there? I do know a couple that happened, and to honor her and to respect her and what she was going through, he just, you know, hey, I can't do this because it would be harmful to her. I'm not going to go outside the marriage because I'm going to honor my vows.
I'm bringing surrogate booty. All right. There are certain situations when physical intimacy isn't always an option, which is the reason people should be friends. Go ahead.
Boom.
Thank you.
Says,
come on.
The side piece business will never
You know what, Byron?
Robert says,
That one
I'm
right
a hater. I ain't no hater, man, but damn.
Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
My baby Bella says, sometimes, Marcella, she will stay as long as he's taking care of her financially. But she's definitely getting choo-choo somewhere else. Thank you.
Bella, we know. Come on now, stop it.
Mm-mm.
She the sick one, or he the sick one.
Yeah,
and see,
that's. I'm like Bella. I'd rather leave than to cheat. That's just if I'm in a relationship.
You're gonna leave your dying spouse.
No, I said if I.
What if he told you?
Versus
you know,
cheating.
I'm not gonna make you suffer. I know that I'm dying and I can't do anything. You go.
I'm not going to cheat. That's just not me. I'm not a cheater. That's just not me.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. You know what? There was a doctor. I was looking at something. Frank Summer says I'm not old enough for this. All right. There was a doctor that said
he's a nut. Always been.
Rachel, I forgot her last name, but she said, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Okay. So if you're not getting it, you better do it yourself, okay, or something to make sure that it stays up. You can have sex well into your 90s, okay, period. She said it's highly possible. If that man can still get erect, then you can still do it, okay. If she's dried up, put some olive oil in it and go to work, man. It's or some what is that? Some 7-Up or something. Anyway, Gina, not Gina.
K7 jelly or whatever they call it.
But that's what I
7-Up. Just open it up and say, if it don't open up, if you pour some 7-Up.
Marcy, what'd you say? What'd you say, Marcy?
Says Marcella knows how to discreetly get a free call.
What'd you say, Marcy? Astro what?
She be you know, Marcella, you know you do be
Stop it.
Leave my what?
Alone.
Shut up.
Marcella damn well.
Well, look. It will come time in your life where you're not physically capable. And it usually happens to the man first.
Stop it. Believe it or not, a person I dated previously did pass away due to complications from cancer. During the time we were together, and she was undergoing chemo. It wasn't possible to be sexually active.
Huh?
You know what, BG? Because out of respect, I ain't even gonna comment on that one, okay? But Frank says, like Richard Pryor said, it's only two pieces you ever gonna remember: your first and last. Jeff says Astroglide. Okay,
that's what I said.
Okay.
No.
See,
what I said.
That's a new one on me. So what you be doing, Marcy?
Marcy, give me that 1 minute.
I've been married before. I know things.
Let's not. She said it, Gene. I've been married before.
I know things. I've not always been a Christian. So hallelujah.
And you did it with the Bible by the bed. That's all the hotels got the Bibles in the drawer. Okay, come on, man.
Stop it.
Boy, Hush, you're not a comedian. Stop.
I'm very funny. Go ahead. Look, let's take time and go with the 1 minute since Marcy don't want
Marcy. Y'all didn't put Marcy.
We're gonna redirect, regroup, and refocus with a 1 minute thought from our life coach, Jeff Relevant.
Gina, Marcy over there on pouring her.
Coming to you with another 1 minute thought. So listen, for today's 1 minute thought, I want to let everybody know, be mindful of people who are using you. Be mindful of people who ask for certain requirements from you, but then they're not willing to give that same out in return. Remember, whenever you enter into any type of relationship, friendship, or even business deals, it always needs to be the same back and forth. It needs to be the same exchange. It needs to be the same type of, not information given, but the same type of effort given. And the thing is, if there's something that you are unclear about, ask about it. So always never be scared to come with a meeting of the minds, because if you continue to let other people take advantage of what your mind has to offer, guess what? you won't be feeding yourself from what others can possibly have to give you. So always look at what you can get for yourself off the back end as well. So, all right, y'all. Life Coach Jeff coming to you with the 1 minute thought pertaining to just different relationships, business deals, other things of that nature. So, all right, y'all. Remember, redirect, regroup, refocus. I love y'all. Peace out.
That's the life coach. Bella says, come on, Frank. Robert said, leave my sister alone, Greg. I ain't bothering her. She was over there having some flashbacks, okay? Ooh,
I wasn't having no flashbacks. I'm good over here.
It was pretty.
And what is Gina saying?
But anyway,
She was stuck. I'm over there like, Mercy, wake up, Mercy.
Byron said, Marcella's freak scent is strong. I can smell it through the screen.
Stupid.
Frank says, all the rest don't matter because you're always going to want more. BG. TMI. The visual of Marcella in the buff isn't the most appealing.
Oh, BG.
Really, BG?
Damn,
really?
Man.
Wow.
Damn.
Being a Christian means that you do good works with thy rod and thy staff. All right? Only people who get mad when you set boundaries are you.
Look, I have to share this with you guys because you guys, but y'all met my aunt, right? My aunt Ethel from
yes,
Alabama. Now you know how she is. She speak her mind. She don't care. She is just a Southern woman, and she gonna tell you her peace of mind, and she don't care what you think about it. So she comes to my house, and we sitting at the table. Then out of the blue, my aunt says, "You get down on your knees, don't you, baby?" I'm like, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah, I could tell. You get down on your knees and you get the job done." And I'm like, I don't want to have
said that to you?
I'm like, I don't want to have this conversation with my 87-year-old aunt. I'm like, somebody help me out this conversation, please. She say, it's okay. You ain't got to be embarrassed.
Okay, where Robert at now? Where Robert at?
But you know what?
She said, them young girls don't know what to do. I'm 87 and I still get down on my knees. And I'm like, oh, Lord, please, Lord. She said, when I walked in your house and looked at your floor, I knew you got down there on that floor and creaking corners and everything that needed to be. I was like,
what you talking about, girl?
Oh, my God.
Wait. She talking about cleaning the floors.
Yes. Oh my God. I was so happy she was talking about floors.
And you been messed up. She's talking about the other thing, that was sure.
Frank says, back in the day, I was overly active. Now, after getting older and cancer, if it happens, fine. But I don't have the want that I used to have. I'm sorry for you. Bella says, wait a minute. When are we going to have a live meet and greet with the Don, Greg? Says she needs to meet everyone, though. Byron says, praise the Lord for your aunt. BG says, Gina, I want to go to the next family reunion.
Oh, my goodness. I'm glad she was talking about floors.
Well, she wasn't talking about floors. But
she's real sassy anyway.
That's my problem with all of that story you just told. Where Robert at now? Nowhere to be found. All right? Nowhere to be found. He all silent and quiet because he's like, y'all telling my secrets. She telling.
No, she was talking about floors, bro. I was in there sweating.
Baby, you still get on your knees.
Just
baby.
think if you decided to go ahead and have that conversation with her, and then she'd have been like, "Wait a minute,
girl, that conversation could have went left real fast."
Look, if I'd have been in out of there like this.
Wait a minute, Robert just tore it off on himself. Let me for a real family. You should not have come on and said it.
Y'all know my unnatural boy. Y'all know.
Byron said floors get laid too.
But Aunt Ethel is very sassy, so it could have been that.
Could have been both.
If you'd have seen her, if you knew her.
But man, look. We had a this went real left quick. We had a ball. Buenas noches, I can't even say it. I'm gonna call you when I get off, Bella. Yeah, man. We do these relationship roundtables, you guys. Okay, it's sometimes it's cleansing. You know what I mean? We talk to people all the time, and sometimes it's just cleansing for us to just get on and talk about some things that make you laugh, make you think. We are not experts at. Well, I'm an expert, but we're not all experts of at this relationship game. All right, we all have ups and downs, our mishaps, whatever, right? But the thing is, we want to make sure that we give you, we entertain you with this, and we want you guys to always come through and hang out with us and talk about your issues too. And again, my guys here, my family here, they're answering from their heart about true experiences from their lives, as we all are. And sometimes I gotta ask the questions. I gotta say the questions that are not going to be real popular and probably get me nobody. But I'm cool with that, because we are doing our thing. We're doing what we said we were going to do. We're going to entertain, inform, and educate. All right, that's what we do. BG says Aunt Ethel was speaking in code. She knew that Gina knew what she was saying.
And then she threw a flow in there. Flow.
Yeah, come on, Gina, tell the truth. You had them knee pads on. Okay, you had them Janet Jackson joints on, didn't you, man? You're in control.
Look, I clean the corners of my floors. I get down on my hands and knees. I make sure them floors are clean.
And that's how we did back in the day. I do the same thing. Wood floors, man. I make sure my wood floors are
Look. We used to clean mall floors, so.
Buffin Boss, what up, dog?
Buffin Boss. You get the square pad in the corners.
But hey, man, we enjoyed you guys today, especially BG Howard, the doctor. All right, Byron, Robert Davis, and the rest. Everybody, man, we appreciate you guys coming through and hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you all.
Again, today is Juneteenth, man. Understand your history. Know what you're celebrating, all right, before you go out and celebrate. And everybody, please. I saw a video today on the news where this guy was running down the street, the guy was running behind him, popped him in the head, Why are we doing this? This is what they want us to do. They want us to get rid of each other, all right? Don't give because they can't do it. We are still strong, okay? And we're strong in numbers. We cannot deplete our numbers, everybody. Please put these guns down.
Please. Put
these guns down. I mean, you know what? I don't know. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm not going to get the Black Lives Matter people, but I'm tired of seeing it, all right? I'm quite sure you all are too. So let's just love one another, man. Put these guns down and everything. You got something you want to say, Mo?
Oh, no. Just
Marcella, you got something you want to say?
Oh, Jess, in relationships, respect each other, communicate. And if you're not really into a relationship, let the other person know. Stop playing games. It's just stop playing games.
For sure. Mo, you sure? You want to say that?
Well, Marcia just said she took my whole thing. Communication and respect. Communication and respect. And, if you just hoeing around, then guess what? You just hoeing around. Please don't tell that person that you love them and you just hoeing around.
Absolutely. BG says, spending my evening with the Dope Living Live team is the best way to spend my evenings. Appreciate that, brother. Now I have to go get work on my next novel. Let's go, man. And we want to, hey, man, come on here and we're going to talk about that novel too. Okay?
Yeah.
Authors Guild. I'm sorry, y'all. Distinguished Authors Guild, November, 8th, 9th?
November 8th,
all of that.
2023, Las Vegas, Nevada.
What do you want to say, Life Coach? What do you want to say? He said, don't put them on. What do you want to say?
I can't hear nothing.
Come on, Coach. I know you got some last words.
He can't hear you.
Oh, he can't hear us.
So what's your last words?
Oh.
Gina.
Oh. Well, you know what?
Here now.
Go into a relationship knowing that you have to work at it. It is not like what you see on television. Right. Every day is fun, and at the end you have a happy ending. But one of the things that I've learned, happy endings. We love happy endings, but one of the things that you need to know, never go to bed angry. Whatever it is that you have that you're disagreeing upon, try to settle it before you go to bed, because it just festers and it gets worse.
It does do that.
Yeah.
Right, you got something you want to say something real quick?
Don't get married. Relationships suck. And no, I'm just playing.
Absolutely.
No, happiness is good for everybody. Just go ahead when you make sure you find happiness. Make sure it's with the right person. You know, happiness is defined differently with everybody. So don't be out here trying to emulate somebody else's relationship. Do your own thing and be happy.
It will never work if you try to copy somebody else. Be yourself, man.
That's
I
it.
like that, Coach. Too bad you couldn't answer all these questions we was having today, man. But that's okay. We're gonna do it again.
He
All
ducked
right.
and died, so he didn't have to.
We're gonna do it again. We're definitely gonna do it again. BG got the last word. He said, "Look at anger as intense love misdirected." I love it. I love it. Okay. Dope Living TV Live, man. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace out.